Welcome to the Rivalry Rant, the show where we discuss everything important happening in the world of Dota and have some fun with it in the process. Now in this episode, we're going to take a look at DreamLeague, ESL One Hamburg, and what happened at the summit. Plus, there's a bonus math lesson in there to help out the people at Valve. Alright, so we have an answer to at least one of the teaser questions from last week. It was, of course, Alliance. That Alliance, not the other Alliance, that won DreamLeague Season 12 with a reverse sweep against the NA qualifier Demon Slayers. Now, Demon Slayers were a pretty new roster, not the most experienced, but man, shout out to iAnnihilate for that ultra kill.
They see them, the jump far from Old White, he's got the BKB, they go and they drop down the wards, and they immediately take out Peter Universe. He's in the middle of everyone here, but is he really doing too much as they go find a kill onto Flea? And now Kostabile, he's stuck in the middle of so many people, but they're still going to be able to get the kill. Can he get himself out in time? No, he will eventually fall, but iAnnihilate, these ghosts are just shredding everybody. Will eventually be able to get
kill for iAnnihilate.
Even though they couldn't quite get their fairy tale ending, this result definitely put them on the map for now. But then again, can you imagine what they felt like after that game 3? Like one of those cartoon characters hit by lightning with the flashy skeleton smoke and all.
Can they take him again? There's epicenter.
They've got to be careful on this live stealing. Ball back for Mr. Blast back. He's there to try and help, but the Hex is out onto the TA. Can they kill him off the side of the stun?
Oh, the stun!
Wait, the 5-man bar strike could not have been any better.
And of course, as an overall event, Meme League certainly delivered, especially with Grant's great declaration of liberty.
My friend, you are correct. I know Lacoste here. He's one of the biggest European fanboys I know, but it doesn't matter. Let's go, NA Dota, baby. They're gonna win. You've got 3 Americans, 2 honorary Americans, Viver and Skeeter. That shit's easy, baby.
And this.
Dota. That was good. Very good. Honestly, I'm excited.
Then again, no meme from Rotterdam could be more memorable than Liquid's performance in Hamburg, making it 2 disappointing results in a row. With only 1 series win against NiP to their name, it's like they're frozen in place or something. Maybe they've just been listening to the wrong songs.
So now we'll throw.
So this is what VP decided to skip the summit for? You know, it's not looking so great for the squad. Dropping a game to Viking.gg is not exactly DPC top 2 material. And speaking of which, turns out that the Fighting Pandas are extra Papega without the Papega. They failed to make it to the playoffs in the end, suffering quite the beating in Group A. Kinda like what happened to this guy. Okay, so maybe like a little bit worse. On the bright side, they didn't have to suffer through this.
Fire Blast multicast. Oh, they are going to be able to get the duel coming out from the Legion Commander onto Hanskin, turning out some of that damage, not quite enough to be able to win the duel, though Hanskin eventually falls. The black hole! Dims! He's finally here!
By the way, props to ESL for that double elimination bracket. It seems like this time around, the results probably would have been the same either way, but we're all happier to not be League. Now, did someone say something about consistency? Because we heard that Beastcoast is getting pretty great at that. It might be time for a new era of South American Dota. They did have the best game of the tournament after all. The final between TNC and Gambit went the full 5 games, and it marked the first time a Southeast Asian team had won an ESL event. You know, it only took them 16 tries. Ugh. Well, that's one to cross off the bucket list. Even though the teams weren't quite as star-studded as last year, the viewer count was higher this time around, which is pretty cool. What's not so cool? The insane amount of roster issues, including during tournament roster issues, that ESL had to deal with. So Quincy Crew had not only SumaiL not playing on the team, but also CCNC falling sick, and Yao decided to take a break. Geek Fam and Invictus were screwed by visa issues, and Viking.gg had to play with 2 stand-ins, thanks to Chappie, of course, retiring from Dota shortly before the event, just in time to dodge that 20-year ban he undoubtedly would have received. So TNC took down the title in Hamburg, but March had a little extra reason to celebrate as he walks away with a brand new Mercedes awarded to the winner of the MVP from the tournament. Maybe he can give Slacks a ride home?
Chronosphere!
Then again, he never fails to deliver, so it might not be necessary. Did you think that the roster shuffles were over now that the DPC season had started? While we might not have gotten dire tied, we did get an autumn announcement, as Team Secret announces that Mid1 will fall from the roster and Matu will spring in. Mid1 will be taking a break from Dota, and while that happens, Matamba Man will be replacing him on the Team Secret roster. In addition to that, Sunbi will be leaving the roster as the coach, with Heen, the old Liquid and TNC coach, joining Team Secret to round out their roster as they head into the next DPC season. Now don't worry, NA has your back with plenty of chaos. Hey, you thought SumaiL was out? And then you thought he was back in? Well, guess what? He's out again. Looks like he's not a big fan of snakes. Now, even with the Band of Brothers canceled, Chaos did manage to make it all the way to the grand finals of the summit to match up against IG. Invictus Gaming raised quite a bit of hell on their journey to the top.
The duel! The duel!
Terrible.
Where's the follow-up?
He played
my
it.
God! He played it for now. He can't finish the job. The Storm keeps on going, keeps on trunking. Evo is out of mana though. Can he keep on fighting without it? V2's too strong. Bash, bash, bash. 10, no buyback.
It even looks like IG took a page from Liquid's book, stealing one of their favorite songs.
See, Kunkka gonna walk away for now, gets caught with a nice change. They're gonna burn him down. Omni slashing deep behind enemy lines. Has he gone too deep? Late period. TP, can they first
Get the hell out of here. Who do you think you are?
IG eventually switched up the soundtrack and stomped Chaos, beating them 5 games in a row with a solid 3-0 finish in the grand finals, punching their ticket to the Chengdu Major. Make sure to keep your eyes on Beyond the Summit right now, as they will also be offering the English coverage for the Chengdu Major. As we get ready for the first DPC events of the season, there's an important mathematical error to address. It seems that the folks at Valve are struggling to properly add up the prize pool of the Major. Who exactly let NA handle the math for this one? Maybe we should have a math lesson planned for Good Morning Purge. We're finally getting into the thick of things. Will VP pick up the pieces? Can the Fighting Pandas go back to their old name? Will IG stay away from problematic songs? Can we finally have a major event without roster issues? That's next time on the Rivalry Rant.
Enigma.
Enigma doesn't have legs.
What the hell?
I don't know.
You play that hero.
Look at the color.